Your webcam is the first thing every person on the other side of the screen sees. Your clients, your colleagues, your audience, they are all forming an opinion about you in the first 3 seconds of every call, every stream, every video. And if your camera is soft, grainy, or washed out, that impression sticks. So today, we are counting down the only 10 webcams in 2026 worth your money. From budget-friendly picks that massively outperform built-in laptop cameras, all the way to the 4K flagship that makes you look like you belong on a broadcast set. Every camera on this list earns its spot. Stick around until number 1, because it is the single biggest visual upgrade you can make to your setup without touching a DSLR. Number 10. Logitech C270. Let's start with the truth. The Logitech C270 is not a premium camera. It never claimed to be. What it is, reliably, year after year, is the most sensible first webcam upgrade you can make, and the benchmark against which every budget option gets measured. The C270 shoots at 720p HD resolution at 30 frames per second. In 2026, that spec sheet reads modestly, but put it side by side with a built-in laptop webcam and the difference is immediate and obvious. Cleaner image, more accurate color, a fixed focus that holds steady rather than hunting constantly. For standard video calls, online classes, and casual use, 720p at 30 UFPS is entirely sufficient. The build is straightforward. A universal clip mount sits over virtually any monitor or laptop screen without tools or adapters. The single built-in microphone handles voice pickup adequately in quiet environments, removing the need for a separate audio solution for basic call use. Logitech's driver support and software compatibility across Windows and Mac is rock solid, a detail that matters when you need a camera that works on first plug-in without troubleshooting. There are no settings to configure, no software to install, no calibration required. Plug it in and it works. At around $25 to $35 in 2026, the Logitech C270 is the honest answer to the question, what is the least amount of money I can spend to look noticeably better on camera? This is that answer. Number 9. Microsoft LifeCam HD 3000. Microsoft does not make flashy products. The LifeCam HD 3000 is the perfect illustration of that. A no-nonsense 720p webcam, built for one purpose and one purpose only. Reliable video calls that work every time. The HD 3000 shoots 720p at up to 30 frames per second with true color technology that automatically adjusts white balance and exposure in response to changing light conditions. That automatic compensation is more capable than the price suggests, handling the kind of mixed office lighting that trips up cheaper alternatives and produces a flat, accurate image with reasonable color reproduction. The noise-canceling microphone is one of the standout features at this price tier. Microsoft's audio processing trims background noise with more competence than most built-in camera microphones, which means your voice comes through cleanly even in less than perfect acoustic environments. For conference calls and remote meetings, that matters more than most buyers realize before they experience the difference. The flexible mount attaches to monitors, laptops, and flat surfaces without adhesive or permanent installation. The cable is USB-A. Long enough for most desk setups, and the plug-and-play compatibility covers Windows and the latest versions of Mac without driver installation. At around $30 to $45 in 2026, the Microsoft LifeCam HD 3000 is the clean, dependable choice for professional video calls on a strict budget. No drama, no setup friction, just reliable performance every single time you open a meeting. Number 8. Razer Kiyo. The Razer Kiyo solves a problem that most webcam manufacturers pretend does not exist: bad lighting. Every other camera on this list assumes you have adequate light sources in your environment. The Razer Kiyo does not make that assumption. It brings the light with it. The built-in ring light surrounding the Kiyo's lens is not a gimmick. It is a genuinely useful tool for anyone streaming, video calling, or recording in a room without professional lighting. The ring light provides soft, even front illumination that eliminates harsh shadows, reduces the flat, washed-out look that low-light environments produce, and gives your face on-camera depth and warmth that no amount of post-processing software can replicate after the fact. The camera itself shoots 1080p at 30 FPS with an adjustable focus ring that gives you manual control over sharpness, an unusual feature at this price point that content creators and streamers will appreciate immediately. The image quality is solid, with good color accuracy and adequate low light performance, even with the ring light turned off. For desktop streamers who are not ready to invest in a full lighting setup but want to look dramatically better on camera, the Kiyo's integrated solution removes a significant barrier. One device replaces what would otherwise require a separate key light stand, and diffuser. At around $60 to $80 in 2026, the Razer Kiyo is the lighting-first webcam for streamers and remote workers who refuse to look like they're broadcasting from a basement. The ring light alone is worth the price of admission. Number 7. Logitech C920's HD Pro. The Logitech C920's HD Pro is one of the most consistently recommended webcams in the world, and it has held that position for years. Not because Logitech never stops updating it, but because it arrived at the right combination of image quality, software integration, and price, and nothing at its tier has meaningfully displaced it since. The C920 shoots 1080p at 30 FPS with Logitech's Carl Zeiss certified optics, which delivers sharper, more accurate images than comparably priced cameras with generic lens assemblies. The autofocus is fast, confident, and reliable. It locks onto your face and stays there without the hunting and drifting behavior that plagues budget alternatives. The dual built-in stereo microphones with noise-canceling processing produce clean, natural audio that holds up well in real office and home environments. For users who want a single-device solution for both video and audio without a separate microphone, the C920 delivers a genuinely usable result. Logitech's software ecosystem, Logitune, provides granular control over image settings, including brightness, contrast, sharpness, and white balance. For Zoom, Teams, Google Meet, and OBS users, the integration is plug-and-play at every level. The physical privacy shutter on the lens is a practical addition that the original C920 lacked, addressing the one concern users consistently raised. At around $70 to $90 in 2026, the Logitech C920's HD Pro is the gold standard for everyday top 1080 top-high webcam performance. Proven, reliable, and backed by a brand that knows how to support its products long after purchase. Number 6. Elgato Facecam. The Elgato Facecam was built for one audience, streamers who are serious about their image quality and refuse to accept the automatic processing decisions that every other webcam makes on their behalf. It is the first no-compromise streaming webcam from a company that understands exactly what professional content creators need. The Facecam shoots 1080p at 60 frames per second. The 60 FPS specification is the critical differentiator here. At 60 FPS, motion is fluid and natural in a way that 30 FPS simply cannot replicate. Fast head movements, hand gestures, rapid reactions. Everything that makes streaming content dynamic and engaging is captured with a smoothness that immediately distinguishes your feed from the competition. The Sony Starvas sensor inside the Facecam is the same technology found in cameras far above this price point. Low light performance is exceptional, capturing clean, detailed images in challenging ambient conditions. The fixed focus lens at f2.4 aperture produces a shallow depth of field effect that keeps the subject sharp while softening the background, a visual quality associated with far more expensive camera setups. Elgato's Camera Hub software is the most powerful webcam control application available in this category, offering full manual control over every image parameter. Crucially, it exposes raw output. No automatic processing, no compression artifacts, no hidden sharpening. What the sensor sees is what your audience gets. For streamers who color grade or apply their own processing in OBS, that raw output capability is invaluable. At around $150 to $108 in 2026, the Elgato Facecam is the streaming-first webcam that treats creators as professionals. 60 frames per second, a Sony sensor, and zero compromises on image control. Number 5. Razer Kiyo Pro. The Razer Kiyo Pro discards the ring light of its predecessor and redirects every dollar into sensor quality and low light performance. And the result is the best low-light webcam in the mid-range category. If your streaming or call environment is anything less than perfectly lit, This camera earns its place on your desk immediately. The Kiyo Pro's Sony Starvis IMX335 sensor is the technological foundation of everything this camera does well. A large 2.8-inch sensor combined with an f1.8 aperture captures dramatically more light than the small sensors and narrow apertures found in competing webcams at this price. In a dim room, at night, or under inconsistent lighting, the Kiyo Pro produces a clean, detailed, noise-free image where other cameras produce muddy, grainy footage. The camera shoots 1080p at 60 fps uncompressed via USB 3.0 with HDR mode available for high-contrast environments where both bright and dark areas need to be rendered simultaneously. The adaptive light sensor technology automatically adjusts exposure settings to maintain consistent image quality as your lighting conditions shift throughout a streaming session. Physical controls on the camera body allow adjustment of field of view between 103-degree wide, 90-degree medium, and 80-degree portrait modes without leaving your streaming software. That flexibility accommodates different desk setups, backgrounds, and shooting distances without repositioning the camera. At around $130 to $160 in 2026, the Razer Kiyo Pro is the low-light specialist that makes professional-looking streams possible without a professional lighting rig. Sony sensor quality, f1.8 aperture, and 60 fps output, the technical foundation for a genuinely impressive on-camera presence. Number 4. Logitech StreamCam. The Logitech StreamCam is built around a single insight that Logitech understood before most of the market caught up. The future of content creation is vertical. Portrait mode, content, mobile-first streaming, TikTok, and Instagram Live. These formats demand a camera that rotates, and the StreamCam delivers that rotation natively, without adapters, without workarounds, without compromise. The StreamCam shoots 1080p at 60 fps with Logitech's AI-powered facial tracking that keeps your face centered in frame as you move. For presenters, streamers, and educators who gesture, move around, or shift positions during a session, that automatic tracking removes the friction of constant manual framing adjustments. The USB-C connection is a deliberate choice. Faster data transfer that enables the 60 fps uncompressed output and positions the camera for modern MacBook and laptop setups that have moved away from USB-A entirely. The premium glass lens produces accurate, detailed images with natural color rendering that requires minimal post-processing correction. The built-in dual stereo microphones with smart noise filtering handle voice pickup with clarity that holds up under typical home and office acoustic conditions. Combined with Logitech's Logitech software, the StreamCam gives content creators real-time control over image settings, facial tracking sensitivity, and audio processing from a single interface. At around $150 to $180 in 2026, the Logitech StreamCam is the content creator's webcam. Portrait-ready, AI-tracked, 60 fps capable, and built around how modern creators actually work. Not just a camera, a creative tool. Number 3. AVerMedia PW515. The AVerMedia PW515 is the camera that quietly embarrasses half of the competition in its price bracket. It does not have the brand recognition of Logitech or Razer. It does not have the marketing budget or the influencer endorsements. What it has is a 4K sensor, exceptional image processing, and a feature set that belongs in a category costing significantly more. Most buyers walk past it. That is their loss. The PW515 shoots genuine 4K at 30 fps with AVerMedia's AI-powered auto-framing that tracks your face and body in real time, dynamically adjusting the crop and framing to keep you centered without any manual intervention. For educators, presenters, and streamers who move during their sessions, that automatic framing removes one of the most persistent frustrations of live content creation. The 4K sensor provides substantial cropping headroom. You can shoot wide and crop in post without sacrificing 1080p image quality, which gives editors and live producers flexibility that lower resolution cameras cannot offer. The autofocus is fast and accurate, and the image output is sharp, naturally colored, and detailed at a level that exceeds what most viewers expect from a webcam. AVerMedia's software provides full manual control over exposure, white balance, contrast, and sharpness, alongside AI background removal that performs with genuine competence. useful for anyone who needs a clean background without a physical green screen. The build quality is premium, a metal chassis that sits firmly on any monitor without shifting, paired with a USB-C connection for clean cable management. At around $180 to $220 in 2026, the AVerMedia PW515 is the 4K dark horse that outperforms its price and outlasts its competition. Quietly capable, technically serious, and zero pretension. The camera for buyers who do their research. Number 2. Elgato Facecam Pro. The Elgato Facecam Pro is the most technically ambitious webcam Elgato has ever built, and it makes the original Facecam look like a prototype. Where the standard Facecam proved that a streaming webcam could be taken seriously, the Facecam Pro proves that a webcam can genuinely compete with entry-level mirrorless cameras in image quality. That claim is not hyperbole. It is the measured result of what happens when you put a 1.8-inch Sony sensor behind a premium lens. The Facecam Pro shoots 4K at 60 FPS, a specification that no other webcam in the streaming-focused market delivers at this price. 4,000 lines of horizontal resolution at 60 frames per second, uncompressed over USB-C, direct into your capture or streaming software. The detail, the motion clarity, the color depth, it is in a different category from anything below it on this list. The 1.8-inch Sony sensor is significantly larger than the sensors found in competing webcams, and sensor size is the single most important determinant of image quality in low light conditions. The Facecam Pro produces clean, detailed, low-noise images in ambient lighting conditions that would reduce competing cameras to grainy, flat shadows. The f2.8 fixed focus lens is optimized for desk-mounted streaming distances, keeping the subject in perfect sharpness without autofocus hunting. Elgato's Camera Hub software exposes full RAW output with complete manual control over every imaging parameter. No auto-processing decisions are made behind your back. Every color, every exposure, every sharpness value is yours to set and lock. For streamers who invest in post-processing pipelines or professional-grade LUTs, that raw output capability is the difference between a webcam and a broadcast quality tool. At around $280 to $320 in 2026, the Elgato Facecam Pro is the webcam for professionals who have stopped making excuses about their image quality. 4K at 60 FPS, a Sony sensor, raw output, and software that treats you like the professional you are. The second best webcam on this list only because one camera edges it out on the complete package. Number 1. Logitech Brio 4K Ultra. There are webcams that deliver strong specs. There are webcams that deliver exceptional image quality. And then there is the Logitech Brio 4K Ultra, the webcam that has held the top position in the premium category for years because it combines every advantage that matters into a single, complete, uncompromising package. It earns number 1 not by excelling in one area, but by being the most capable, most versatile, most future-resistant webcam available in 2026. Full stop. The Brio shoots genuine 4K Ultra HD at 35 fps, 1080p at 65 fps, and 720p at 95 fps, a resolution and frame rate flexibility that accommodates every use case from broadcast quality recording to ultra-smooth streaming, all from a single camera. That flexibility is not found at this price from any competitor. You do not choose between resolution and frame rate. You choose both depending on what the moment demands. The 5x HD zoom with Right Light 4. HDR technology is the Brio's defining visual achievement. Right Light 4 uses Logitech's most advanced automatic exposure and white balance system to analyze each frame in real time and produce a naturally lit, accurately colored image across a wider range of lighting conditions than any other webcam handles. In backlit environments, window behind you, overhead lamp above you, mixed daylight, and artificial sources, the Brio adapts and compensates where competing cameras produce blown highlights and crushed shadows. The adjustable field of view, 65, 78, or 90 degrees, accommodates every physical setup and every shooting scenario without repositioning the camera. Single person at a desk, 2 presenters side by side, a wide room view for a virtual tour. The Brio covers all 3 from the same mounting position. infrared facial recognition provides Windows Hello login support, a security and convenience feature that most webcam buyers do not expect at any price, and that the Brio delivers as a built-in capability. The dual omnidirectional stereo microphones with beam-forming noise cancellation produce audio quality that holds its own against standalone desktop microphones at a modest price, completing a full audio-visual package without additional hardware. Logitech's software ecosystem, Logitech, provides full control over every image parameter with real-time preview. The camera's compatibility list covers every major video conferencing platform, every streaming application, and every operating system in active use. There is no setup friction, no driver conflict, no compatibility exception. The Brio works everywhere, with everything immediately.